by Krishna, prasai. The first work is dedicated to the sun, the infinite, timeless, unprecedented, incessant, unfragmented, uninterrupted, and immeasurable source of energy. I am elated beyond measure, is the name. Time, at this moment, stands adverse to me. Without faltering, time tells me dauntlessly, you are not a complete poet of the age you live in. I am probably a ceremonial writer, as considered of my time. I see poetry as a complete whole, and aspire to live as a whole inside poetry. But reality heads with a different destiny. I am aware that the lines of my poems deny taking the shape of complete poetry. They pity on me, and citing numerous timeless lines from great poets, tutor me to swim in them. Sympathizing on the ordinary craftsmanship in creation, they signal, you happen to aspire to live as a half-poet, at least. My poetic stance thrives in my pleasure of living as a half-poet, and is joyfully immersed in it. I fear the poetry I am writing doesn't form a part of complete poetry. However, recognizing at least half poems between lines of my entire poetry and getting elated in the same defines the time. Limitation and achievement of my poetic pursuit. The first poem in this work is called The Day I Wept. The day I wept. Ripples of joy had gripped the world, while many enjoyed in freedom the festive hours with firecrackers. I was reclining, down with grief. It was 29th of May, 1953, Wednesday. A man from New Zealand stepped upon my head. Another man, who stood atop the hood, was a porter from my own country, who, in the long run, became a foreigner too. The truth I know is single. The Himalayas stand above us, and the nation above the Himalayas. We exist because the Himalayas and the nation do. The day Hillary placed his foot atop Sangha Martha and Tenzing atop his own cap, someone else rose above the nation. That day, when Sagar Martha, the world's hood, we revere as God, sheathed away, that day when the crown of the world was vanquished, that day when grandeur withered, was the day I cried, seeing my height diminish. Getting a stranger's footstep upon myself. Seeing you crown a man who downplayed my hood. How can I call a person great who crushed down my head and is doing so even now, erecting a pyramid of impurity. I have a question for you, motherland. Which of your gods is appeased with cash offerings placed in a temple by someone who places his feet atop the idols enshrined therein? I care not what you say. I defy your old statute. Say, where on earth the head can be crushed after paying a fee for it? Under whose rules can the crown be trampled after some cash has been paid? Which of laws allows anyone to mount atop the chest merely for some health aid there? Presently, I am soaked with indignation and hatred on seeing the rules your country sets.